What are the kinds of cyber threats faced by organizations worldwide and in the region?
So we look at cyber threats in two quadrants, essentially insider threats and external threats. Insider threats for us is usually because of negligence of employees. It could be because of accidents and blunders. It could be because of social engineering, deliberate attempts made by people to cause mischief in the network. So these are some of the areas where we've seen insider threats. On the external threats, we look at ransomware as one threat. Particularly in the Middle East, I would say that we've observed in 2021, over 400 ransomware attacks happened per week in the Middle East alone. Then we look at phishing as a very important external threat, where last quarter of this year, we've seen around 3 million phishing attacks happening in UAE. And last but not the least, DDoS attacks, very important to make sure your website and network is not ingested with volume, which makes sure that the network is not able to, or the corporate applications are not able to function. So these are three areas where we look at threats very seriously.
How can organizations deal with the evolving cybersecurity challenges, especially with the hybrid work model getting more and more popular?
Digital work model evolving during the pandemic, and post-pandemic, the increased adoption of digital transformation being embraced by customers all across the verticals. Now, what has happened is users are no longer coming from the physical confines of what we defined as an office. They're coming from co-working spaces, they're coming from homes, or any space which promotes a healthy working environment. Now, what this has led to is that a lot of unmanaged devices are coming inside the organization, and to ensure that these unmanaged devices are not able to compromise your security posture, we've been looking at the 5 fundamental principles of security, which is essentially trust no one, which is to implement a zero trust network access framework, have a converged identity and access management, which is going beyond multi-factor authentication and embracing facial recognition. Then looking at DaaS, wherein the desktop or the endpoint of the future will be only available on cloud to ensure that there is very less data footprint on the endpoint. Then we look at a proactive security posture, which is embracing the best-in-class AI ML technology, which crawls the web and the dark web to ensure that any threats which are there are proactively looked into, and a better defense or a better security posture is adopted by the organization. Last but not the least, Gartner always has been saying that you need to have lesser vendors to work with an organization to make the complexities less in the organization. So I think even in the information security layer, we believe that you need to work with less vendors, and that is where Accops comes in. We are an integrated product suite. We bring in digital workspace, which is where I think more and more customers globally are realizing that the way forward would be an integrated product play.
Can you elaborate on the value proposition that your solutions bring to customers?
So as I just mentioned, we have digital workspace as our state-of-the-art product suite, which consists of VDI, ZTNA, multi-factor authentication, converged identity management, DLP, MDM, to name a few. I have with me my colleague, the Director of Customer Success, Sunil Titto. Sunil, would you like to take it a further?
Well, Harish, as you said rightly, these different technologies, ZTNA, this VDI, along with identity management, these are the main 3 portfolios we carried, where VDI provides the complete consolidation of the data and integration of security, where user consolidation as well. Then ZTNA provides the any entry point will creating the policies which will make device as well as user should be identified before entering to the network, and only allow the access to the right user with the right information. And identity and access management provides only the applications and devices which will be providing to access to external world, so that our customers can enhance and leverage all these security aspects as a single vendor provided solution. So we have a single point solution to orchestrate all these customer needs to access to their all security needs.
What is the Middle East focus for Accops? and how are you growing the business here?
So my view to the Middle East market has changed a lot post-GITEX. It has been a session and an event which has given me a lot of learning about the market and its opportunities. Uh, I spoke to a few people in digital Dubai, and I was so impressed with the kind of work the government of Dubai wants to do for citizens at large. And I think when I look at what the government of Dubai wants to do and other verticals, whether it's banking, financial services, healthcare, manufacturing, APCI, I see that this market has a lot of potential for a company like Accops, because today, work has gone outside of traditional workspaces, right? We are in a stage where hybrid workspace is a new normal, and that is exactly the place where Accops comes and delivers value, both in terms of experience and cost. And just to make sure that we tap into this market's potential, we are now entering this market with more and more people. We'll be making substantial investment in terms of people, and of course participating in all possible projects.
Thank you. Thank you.